Kanye is wild, right? Kanye, for whatever reason, according to Vulture, Kanye drops a song with Northwest and Diddy against Kim Kardashian's wishes. So for some reason, Kanye thought it would be smart to try and get his daughter Northwest on a song with Diddy. Now, Kanye's defense of Diddy is what it is. Obviously, man, don't co-sign that shit. But if you know anything about Kanye, you know he's not really defending Diddy. He's more so got this weird He's more so got this weird thing. I don't know why it is. Maybe because he's been cancelled himself. But he has this weird infatuation, this weird kind of drive, this weird, you know, wanting to represent and to speak for everyone that gets cancelled. It's almost like he doesn't believe in cancel culture in its essence. He thinks no one can do any wrong. Everybody is open, it has to be forgiven. And if somebody does get cancelled, he goes out of his way to defend them. Not because he thinks they're innocent, not because he thinks they're guilty, just because he doesn't want people to get cancelled. So I don't think he even has an opinion, if anything, on what Diddy done. And I don't think it's that important. I just think no matter what Diddy would have done, because he's a prominent black figure in hip hop, he just feels like, even though he has had a falling out with Diddy, before Diddy went to prison, he feels as if like he can't get cancelled, and if he's getting cancelled, it's a coordinated attack from the powers that be, aka the Jews, according to Diddy, who are coming down to sort of like take away his influence and diminish his power, and see another black man in prison. So that's the main thing he's on it. It's still fucking wild, considering all the evidence that we've seen, considering the allegations out there, considering the fact that Diddy's still in prison now. It's pretty insane for him to have this position, but that's the position that he has. The weird thing I think about this is not his defense of Diddy, it's more so him wanting to get his daughter involved. I don't agree with his defense of Diddy. I think Diddy did that shit, right? No matter what happens, I think that Cassie video alone is bad enough, right? You should just excommunicate it completely. But I think him trying to get North on the song is worse than him defending Diddy. I'm not gonna lie. Because getting your innocent daughter who knows no better, who, you know, she's a young girl, she might be like 13 or something, involved in a situation is so heinous. It's so disgusting. Especially when Ye's out here crying and complaining that he can't see his kids, and you're taking a black man away from his father and blah, 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 and complaining about the Kardashians. The Kardashians have their issues. Kim has her issues, I'm sure. But what he's doing is pretty fucked up, man. Not gonna lie, what he's doing is pretty fucked up. Trying to get your daughter on a song with fucking Diddy, considering what's going on, is fucking really weird. And I think it was only stopped, thank God, because I guess Kim has the trademark rights to Northwest's name and shit. So I'm assuming when this song was when they were trying to get the song cleared, she probably got alerted through her lawyers, and she stopped that shit. And that song hasn't been dropped officially. You can find it unofficially, but officially it's not out. So thank God that's the case. Well, Ye decided to get on social media and let us know what's going on with the situation. And he posted the following. Kim is the sole exclusive owner of all the trademarks related to Northwest's name, including Northwest's mark. Ye's use of North's name, likeness, and trademark in connection with the recording is not only a violation of the parties' 2020 stipulated government judgment as the parties share joint legal custody, but also infringement under state and federal laws. Kim does not believe that participation in this project is in North's best interest and asked for it to be removed. Now, for me, that's a pretty normal response. I think any parent wouldn't be too happy if their child was approached to be on a song with Diddy, considering the allegations against him. No, thank you. I'll take a pass on that. So it's pretty fine. So Ye kind of airing this out on his socials as a way to get people on his back or in his favor is kind of insane, because he's 100% in the wrong. Ye's 100% in the wrong in this regard. And it's weird because now people like myself are defending Kim when I don't really have, I don't really think much of her either. But in this regard, he's definitely right. Then Ye decided to share a screenshot of the text message he had speaking to Kim. And I think this is hilarious too. It says, this is the first screen grab shows that I'm not playing. So it shows him talking to Kim via text message. And it says the follow. I'm never speaking with you again. Kim says as follows. I asked you at the time if I can trademark her name. You said yes. When she's 18, it goes to her. So stop. I sent paperwork over so she wouldn't be in the Diddy song to protect her. One person has to trademark. We agreed when they were born, I would get all our kids' names trademarked so no one else would take them. And he says to her, amend it or I'm going to war. And neither of us will recover from the public fallout. You're going to have to kill me. Very extreme, very dramatic. But in this actual circumstance, Kim is 100% correct. It's a bit freaky that when the kids were born, the first thing that came to mind for Kim was getting the kids' fucking names trademarked. That's a bit freaky, right? Whatever. But again, they're celebrities, and it's understandable why they're gonna go that direction. But I think she's in the right to put a pause on Kanye's willingness or wanting to have fucking Northwest on a song with Diddy. That's just not that's out of line. And I think maybe this also speaks to Ye's maybe lack of involvement in these kids' lives, because he signed away so much stuff, not really taking an interest or not really wanting to be a part of it. And then when they end up getting divorced, he is now bemoaning the fact that he doesn't have much involvement in them, in their lives, in their upbringing, despite him flying around the world with his new wife and shit, which is okay too. But that also, I don't think would be not the best thing, to have these kids have to fly out to different countries to meet him and stuff. Probably isn't the best way to sort of raise the kids, and probably isn't good for their mental health and whatever else it may be. So in this regard, she's 100% right. But there's another detail that kind of makes me think, oh, Kim is full of shit. This is exclusive from TMZ, which says, Kim Kardashian and Ye with the Tate brothers during the Northwest visits. She accuses Kim of sex trafficking. So Kim is now alleging through TMZ, obviously her unofficial press people, that Ye was hoping to meet the Tate brothers the same time he wanted to have North with him to record those vocals to put on the song, which is wild, right? Optics wise. Like Ye wanted North to have a picture with fucking Andrew Tate and Christian Tate. Fucking insane, right? But then part of me thinks to myself, it's a bit rich coming from Kim Kardashian, isn't it? She has a problem with the Tate brothers, but has no issues aligning herself with Elon Musk and Tesla and shit, considering what's going on there. And kind of doing the whole soft Trump support. It's a little bit rich coming from her. To draw your line at Andrew Tate and Christian Tate when you're in bed literally with Elon Musk is a little bit wild. It's a little bit wild. She's a little bit full of shit. But I also understand. Let's read the article. Kanye West's wild claim. No, is it wild? Yeah. Kanye West's wild claim that Kim Kardashian is pimping out their kids strikes people close to her as laughable, especially considering he's been hanging with controversial Tate brothers. Kim and Ye's co-parenting relationship hit a new low on Wednesday as he fired off a string of outrageous posts on X. He said as follows: Kim Kardashian is a sex trafficker. I don't like that Twigs has my daughter in her video dressing all grown. I would have expected more from Twigs. It's fuck all you N-words. My soul is black. And watch y'all don't believe me, just say I'm crazy. Another tweet. The Kardashians are sex workers and they sex traffic all of the black children they strategically produce. Now, I think this is a bit rich coming from Kanye because he decided willingly to bust a few fucking loads in fucking Kim, to spray up or shop or whatever else those terms people say, in order to have kids with her, knowing full well what the family is about, how they are. That's one thing I've always never liked about I'm not gonna lie. When he got with her and he started complaining about the Keeping Up with the Kardashian show, he kept complaining about their overuse of social media. He started complaining about how they just live their lives. It's like, you can't complain. When you get into business, when you want to lay with a Kardashian, you know what you're laying with, you know what they're about. But I don't believe it's fair to try and go in there and try and change what they do and how they live their lives, how they make their money. How they make their money is what they do. If you like it, you get involved. You don't get involved. But trying to change it is a little bit rich. It's a little bit rich because you know what they're about, especially when he enjoyed in the beginning, but then he went through an awakening and became a Christian for a bit, and that maybe changed his mind. But I find it a little bit wild that he's saying this, considering he's hanging around with Nick Fuentes, all these other people. It's like, you're hanging around with some dicey people. Having your daughter around these people is a little bit mad, if you know, all things considered. Article continues. However, sources familiar with the situation tell us the issue of trafficking already came up last week during an emergency hearing over North. We're told Kim abruptly pulled the plug while North was visiting her dad because security guards informed her that Andrew Tate and Christian Tate were going to be arriving at the location. God almighty. Come on, Ye. Come on, man. What did you... I know he probably thinks he has a right to have his daughter whenever he wants to have his daughter because it's his daughter. Maybe there's a part of that that makes sense. But you can understand why the mum wouldn't want her daughter hanging around with the Tates, you know? You can understand it. Like I said, I think it's rich coming from Kim, considering her allegiance with Elon and the soft support for Trump, but I get it. As we reported, Kim and Ye and their lawyers met with a mediator last Friday to discuss Northwest rapping on Ye's song, Lonely Roads That Still Lead to Sunshine, which also featured Diddy, but we're told the Tate brothers incident also came up. Andrew and Christian Tate were arrested in 2002 for allegedly creating a criminal organization in Romania. Andrew was charged with rape in the country. They're also both facing sexual assault lawsuits in the US and the UK, and they have not been convicted of any of their crimes. Not shockingly, though, we are told that Kim does not want North or any of her children associated with Tate or Diddy, who, of course, is facing sex trafficking allegations himself. Another issue raised in the mediation was Ye's punches for wearing swastika t-shirts. So again, Ye has this thing where everybody's out to get him, but there's a real lack of accountability for the things that he has done for why people might not want to associate with him. And I don't know why that is. He has a severe lack of accountability and ownership. He does not want to like, it's almost like I can do what I want, but people have to react, but I have to choose. I have to approve of how they react to my actions. And I don't think that's fair, you know? I don't think that's fair at all. You can't control how people react to you. And if people decide to react to you in a certain way, that's the way they're going to react to you based on the things that you've done. And I think it makes complete sense why people like Kim would be upset or not too happy to have their kids hang around with you, especially now with his swastika with his bust down swastika chain, right? His bedazzled swastika chain with the swastika hoodies and all this malarkey. It makes sense why they wouldn't want him to be a show, why they wouldn't want the kids to be a social that sort of stuff. Because in this digital world we live in, pictures last forever. Pictures last forever. Our sources also find it ironic that Ye would hurl sex trafficking offenses when he very publicly parades Bianca Censori completely naked or totally see-through bodysuits. That you can't really know. That's a bit rich coming from the Kardashians because Kim has posed naked. Kim has been in editorials butt naked as well. So let's not act as if like she's not out here and we haven't seen her goods on display in all the places. As we reported, that emergency hearing ended with Ye promising he wouldn't release a song, but that went out the window on the weekend as he dropped it on X anyway. Fucking wild. Look at this lineup. Lonely Road Still Later. This is the leak of it, featuring Puff Daddy, King Combs, Northwest, and Jasmine Williams. TMZ broke the story. All of this has Kim considering her legal options, which include possibly going to court and asking the judge to strip Kanye of any of the joint custody of their 4 kids. Interestingly, he's now saying he wants to do the same. One more thing, Ye's combo with Diddy, a portion of it ended up on a Lonely Roads track, isn't sitting well with Diddy because we're told he had no idea Ye was recording it. Oh no, Jesus Christ! So even Diddy's not happy with fucking Ye. Ye's doing a madness at the moment. He really is doing a madness. I don't know how this is going to end. It's probably going to end in tragedy, to be completely honest. I think he's gone way off the reservation. I don't think it's going to end well at all in the slightest, considering some of the things he's been posting up here on X. But, you know, I'm here for the shit show. I'm here for the madness. Wearing a fucking swastika chain.
You know I'm here with my white supremacist homeboy, Nick.
Absolutely wild, right? Who would have guessed we would be living in a timeline where we'll be seeing Kanye proudly hanging around with Nick Fuentes wearing a bedazzled swastika chain. It's fucking crazy, but we are where we are. It is what it is. I'm just interested to see how this all plays out. I'm just interested to see how this all plays out. But again, what do I know? Absolutely